in-depth exploration of the most fundamental ideas and views on life. In this episode, we'll be exploring the philosophy of Friedrich Nietzsche. So, let's get started.
In the 16th century, the transatlantic slave trade began, where millions of Africans were taken from their homes and forced into slavery in the Americas. The conditions on board the slave ships were unbearable, with people being packed like sardines in the holds of ships with no access to clean water or sanitation. The average journey across the Atlantic took around 6 weeks.
Comics were asking themselves what someone would be like who was physically far superior to all current human beings. Nietzsche is asking himself a very similar question, only he's interested in psychological qualities. In Thus Spake Zarathustra, Nietzsche points out that evolution cannot be assumed to have finished. Human beings have evolved from apes. But what is ape to man, he asks. In some respects, like imagination and science, we're obviously far superior to our ancestors. So how might people of the future be superior to who we are today?
What if morality is just a fiction used by the herd of inferior human beings to hold back the few superior men? In this Sprout special with Stephen Hicks, we examine Nietzsche's explanation for how ethics develop and the consequences for master types living in a world that's dominated by the morality of a slave.
Nihilism comes from the Latin word nihil, which means nothing. It is a word associated with meaninglessness, rejection of values, and giving up on life.
Nietzsche argued that there are two explanations for how morality develops. Part of the story is biopsychological, in terms of what morality resonates with what psychological type of person one is. The other part of the story is cultural, because different moral codes develop under different survival circumstances. And so Nietzsche searches history for the survival circumstances that necessitated the development of slave morality.